Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Chanti from InfoBuddy, and today we are going to discuss about the daily current affairs of 24 July 2020. Guys, if you like the video, please like, share and don't forget to subscribe. After every question, just click the space button for pause, write down your answers in the comment box and go for the explanation part. Coming to the first question of the day, NASA has issued a warning that a huge asteroid moved past Earth on July 24th. What is the name of the asteroid? 2020 ND, 2020 NF, 2019 ND, 2019 NF. It is named as 2020 ND. What are asteroids? Asteroids are small rocky objects that orbits the sun. They are left over from the formation of our solar systems. Although asteroids orbit the sun like planets, they are much smaller than the planets. There are lots of asteroids in our solar system. Most of them live in the main asteroid belt region between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Some asteroids go in front of and behind Jupiter. They are called Trojans. Asteroids that come close to the Earth are called near Earth objects, NEOs. Near Earth objects, NEOs. This asteroid 2020 ND is about 170 meters long and it will be close to as 0.034 astronomical units, 50,86,328 kilometers distance to our planet Earth, and is traveling at a speed of 48,000 kilometers per hour. Its distance from Earth as placed in the potentially hazardous asteroids, that is PHA. This 2020 ND asteroid comes under potentially hazardous asteroid category. NASA has issued a warning that a huge asteroid moved past Earth on July 24th, named as 2020 ND. Move to the next question. Lalji Tandon, who passed away recently, was serving as the governor of which of the following states? Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. He served as governor of Madhya Pradesh and he is one of the BJP's senior most politicians. So he was served as the governor of Madhya Pradesh. Next question. With reference to the dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane DDT, consider the following statements. It was banned for agricultural use under the Stockholm Convention. Statement number 2. It is used as a chemical effective in reducing malaria infections. Which of the following statement given above are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane, originally developed as an insecticide, it became infamous for its environmental impacts. A worldwide ban on agricultural use was formalized under the Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organization Pollutants. Hence, the statement 1 is correct. However, it is limited to disease vector control continues because of its effectiveness in reducing malarial infections. So, both 1 and 2 are correct. Answer C is right answer. Coming to this DDT, it was the first synthesized in 1874 by Australian chemist Othmar Gilder. He is an Australian scientist. Its insecticidal action was discovered by the Swiss chemist Paul Hermann Muller in 1939. He was awarded for Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1948 for the discovery of the high efficiency of dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane, for the efficiency of DDT as a contact poison against several arthropods. So this is about DDT. Next question. Ramesh Babu Boddu has been appointed as the Managing Director and CEO of which of the following bank? Union Bank, Karur Vysya Bank, Lakshmi Vilas Bank, Indian Bank. Ramesh Babu Boddu has been appointed as the Managing Director and CEO of Karur Vysya Bank. He is also Additional Director of Karur Vysya Bank for a period of 3 years from the date of taking charge. He succeeds P.R. Seshadri. He had resigned on March 31st, 2020 due to personal reasons. He has retired as a Deputy Managing Director in State Bank of India in April 2020. So Ramesh Babu Boddu has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Karur Vysya Bank. He retired in April as Deputy Managing Director of SBI. He succeeds P.R. Seshadri, who resigned for his job on March 31st, 2020 due to personal reasons. Next question. Who has been conferred with the Legend of Animation Award of the Toons Media Group TMG for 2020? Arnab Chaudhary, Rajiv Chilka, Kirit Khurana and Manik Sarkar. Renowned Indian animator Arnab Chaudhary conferred with Toons Media Group Award 2020. The prestigious Legend of Animation Award of the Toons Media Group 2020 has been conferred to the legendary animation director Arnab Chaudhary for his invaluable contribution to the animation and entertainment industry of India. The award was given on 20th July at the Animation Masters Summit 2020. The Legend of Animation Award is given away every year to honor a genius from the field of animation in India. Arnab, who passed away on December 25th, 2019, was one of the pioneers of the Indian animation industry, and his animation movie Arjun the Warrior Prince is the only animation from India today to be longlisted for Oscar awards. He died on December 25th, 2019. He awarded as Legend of Animation by Toons Media Group on 20th July 2020 at AMS, that is Animation Masters Summit 2020. Next question. Halochia, due to which recently the Lonar Lake turned pink, is a kind of bacteria, fungi, fan, lichen. According to the Agaukar Research Institute, the color of Lonar Lake water in Maharashtra, Buldhana district turned pink due to the large presence of the salt-loving Halochia microbes. The color of the lake water recently turned pink. The water samples has been tested by the Nagpur-based National Environmental Engineering Research Institute (NEERI), National Environmental Engineering Research Institute (NEERI), and the Agaukar Research Institute in Pune. It has been assumed that the absence of rain, less human interface due to this lockdown, and high temperature resulted in the evaporation of water, which increased its salinity and pH. pH is a measure of how acidic and basic water is. The increased salinity and pH facilitated the growth of halophilic microbes, mainly Halochia. The halophiles are a group of microorganisms that can grow and often thrive in areas of high salt. Halochia or halophilic archaea is a bacteria culture which produces pink pigment and is found in water saturated with salt. Because of the biomass of Halochia microbes, the surface of the water turned red or pink. As the biomass subsides, the color will disappear. The color of the lake is now turning into original as the rainy season has kicked in, allowing dilution of the water. The salinity and pH alkalinity levels have also come down and green algae have started growing in the water body. Further, it was noted that Halochia microbes were ingested by flamingos. Those microbes acted as carotenoid-rich food for the birds. Flamingos get their red-pink color from special coloring chemicals called pigments found in the algae they eat. So, answer is bacteria. Halochia is a kind of bacteria. This lunar lake is 1.2 kilometers diameter. It is a popular tourist hub. It is notified as National Geo-Heritage Monument. Next question. In which place the India and United States navies recently undertook the Passage exercise? PASSEX. Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Persian Gulf. Recently, Indian naval ships conducted a passage exercise (PASSEX) with the US Navy's USS Nimitz Corner Strike Group near the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Indian Ocean of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. A passage exercise is normally undertaken whenever an opportunity arises. in contrast to pre-planned maritime drills. Recently, the Indian Navy had also conducted similar PASEX with Japan and France. PASEX: four frontline Indian naval ships which include INS Shivalik, INS Sahyadri, INS Kamorta and INS Rana. Four Indian naval ships teamed up with the carrier USS Nimitz and the three other US ships to conduct this PASEX. USS Nimitz is United States Navy's largest aircraft carrier. Largest aircraft carrier. What is the aim of this passage exercise? To improve the cooperation between the US and Indian maritime forces and to maximize training and interoperability, which also include air defense. Impact: it will enhance both sides' ability to counter threats at sea, from privacy to violent extremism. So Indian Ocean is the right answer. Dibru-Sakhova is a national park as well as a biosphere reserve situated in which of the following states? Assam, West Bengal, Orissa, Maharashtra. Dibru-Sakhova is a national park as well as a biosphere reserve situated in the south bank of the river Brahmaputra. South bank of the river Brahmaputra in Assam. So option A, Assam is the right answer. The forest type of Dibru-Sakhova comprises semi-evergreen forests, deciduous forests, and swamp forest and patches of wet evergreen forests. It is the largest swamp forest in the northeastern India. It is an identified important bird area. ABA, notified by the BirdLife International. It is most famous for the rare white-winged wood ducks as well as the feral horses. Mammals found in the park include tiger, elephant, leopard, jungle cat, bears, small Indian civet, squirrels, gangetic dolphin, bullock, gibbon, etc. Why it is in news? The National Green Tribunal has issued notices to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change (MOEFCC) and Oil India Limited (OIL) and two concerned state entities to explain how environmental clearances for the 7 proposed drilling sites in the Dibru-Sakhova National Park were given. Contention that OIL did not carry out a biodiversity assessment study for the 7 well exploratory drilling project, besides not conducting a public hearing as mandated by the Environmental Impact Assessment Notification of 2016 EIA 2006. So it is located in Assam. Next question. Who won the first Gulbenkian Prize for Humanity? Greta Thunberg, Isato Sise, Jamie Margolin, Fionn Pereira. Greta Thunberg, a 17-year-old environment campaigner from Sweden, has been announced the winner of the first Gulbenkian Prize for Humanity 2020. She is the founder of a school strike for climate. And is known as one of the most influential environmental activists. This prize worth 1 million euros. The prize aims to recognizing the people or organization all over the world for their contributions to adaptations to climate change, which stood out for its impact. What is this Gulbenkian Prize? Gulbenkian Prize is a series of prizes awarded annually by the Gulbenkian Foundation. The main Gulbenkian Prize was established in 1976 as the Gulbenkian Science Prize, awarded to Portuguese individuals and organizations. First time Gulbenkian Prize for Humanity, won by Greta Thunberg, a 17-year-old woman. In which of the following city recently conducted a zero surveillance study for COVID-19? New Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. Recently, National Center for Disease Control National Center for Disease Control conducted a zero surveillance study for COVID-19 in New Delhi. What is the zero surveillance? It detects specific antibodies. It seeks to assess the prevalence of disease in a population by detecting the presence of specific antibodies against the virus. And immunity check. It can also conducted to check if a person has developed immunity to certain diseases and past infections. It indicates past infections and which triggered an immune response, and it is not used to detect active infections. tested immunoglobulin G using ELISA. The sera as a part of blood of samples were tested for immunoglobulin G antibodies and COVID-19 infection using COVID Kavach ELISA tests. COVID Kavach ELISA ELISA tests approved by Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR. Enzyme linked immunosorbent assay is a test that detects and measures antibodies in blood. Immunoglobulin G IgG immunoglobulin G is a type of antibody which develops in most COVID-19 patients, that is infected patients, at around 2 weeks after infections and remains in the blood even after recovery. What is the coverage of the latest study? The coverage period of this study is from June 27th to July 10th. And it was done when the city was reporting over 3,000 cases a day. Coverage groups: a total 21,387 samples were randomly collected across the 11 districts of the capital, which were then divided into two groups of less than 18 years and older. The result, that is 23.48% of the people surveyed has developed immunoglobulin G antibodies, indicating they had been exposed to the novel coronavirus, that is SARS-CoV-2, that causes COVID-19, with a large number showing no symptoms. Serosurveillance test in the past. ICMR has conducted a pilot serosurvey in April 2020. ICMR conducted serosurveillance study across 83 districts in 21 states. The initial results, which were being peer-reviewed, suggested that the percentage of the general population that could have been infected was 0.73, with urban areas showing a higher prevalence, about 1.09%. Once again, a quick revision from question number 1 to 10. NASA has issued a warning that a huge asteroid moved past Earth on July 24th. What is the name of the asteroid? 2020 ND. Lalji Tandon, who passed away recently, was serving as the governor of which state? Madhya Pradesh. With reference to the dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane DDT, consider the following statement. It was banned for agricultural use under the Stockholm Convention. It is used as a chemical effective in reducing malaria infection. So statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Ramesh Babu Boddu has been appointed as the managing director and CEO of which of the following bank? Karur Vysya Bank. He is also an additional director for a period of 3 years to KVB, Karur Vysya Bank. He succeeds PR Seshadri, and he is retired deputy managing director of SBI, who has been conferred with the Legend of Animation Award of the Toons Media Group for 2020. Arnab Chaudhary. He died on December 25th, 2019. He awarded on 20th July 2020. Alochia, due to which recently the lunar lake turned pink, is a kind of bacteria. In which place the India and the United States navies recently undertook the passage exercise known as PASSEX, Indian Ocean, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Dibru-Sakhova is a national park as well as a biosphere reserve situated in which of the following states? Assam. Who won the first Gulbenkian Prize for Humanity? Greta Thunberg, a 17-year-old, won this €1 million prize. It is the first Gulbenkian Prize for Humanity. In which of the following city recently conducted a serosurveillance study for COVID-19? New Delhi. So guys, that's it from this session. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like, comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe.